And what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, I recently purchased a new vehicle and I'll walk around with you guys and show you in a little bit, but pretty much I got a 2000 Celica GTS. Now, after I rebuilt the engine on the first Celica, I never gave you guys an update on what happened to it. And long story short, ended up respinning another bearing about, I want to say 1,000 miles later. So I sold the car for $1,000 and I recently picked up another one. This one, again, is a 2000, has a 6-speed, has a lot of miles on it. I'm about to hit 210,000 miles. But I got it for 1,500, which I think is a pretty good deal for a running and driving 6-speed GTS. The paint is pretty beat up. Again, whenever I do a walk around, I'll make sure to show you all that. But today's video is just going to be showing you guys the vehicle and installing my first set of mods. So to start things off, I got a official JDM as fuck TRD shift knob. It's really small. It's smaller than I expected, but I like it and hopefully it works well for me. I went ahead and ordered a short shifter. This is just an eBay one because there's really no point in going with a nice brand unless it's B&M, and B&M, I don't think they make B&M short shifters for this car anymore, so I really can't order one. I had one on my old Celica, and I'm really gonna miss it. But here's the here's like the spacers for it, and all the mounting hardware is in here. We're gonna be installing that in this video, and I also have these. I think these are MWR or Speed Source bushings. This is for the engine bay where the shifter cable connects to the transmission. I love these. I ran these in my old Celica, and hopefully we'll be able to get these in today as well. On top of that, I'm also going to be replacing my coolant reservoir because this car was involved in a front-end collision. It has a salvage rebuilt title. And I don't know how it got rebuilt because the front end's still pretty messed up. It has a carb rock covering the front, and where the coolant reservoir mounts to the radiator support actually cracked and broke, and it's just held there with like a piece of fucking cardboard. So looks pretty bad, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a walk around real quick so you know what we're working with. So here she is, guys. As you can tell, there's the front, there's the bra right here. I'm gonna show you guys the engine bay real quick. I did paint the valve cover because it was really gross, oxidized, so I cleaned it, sanded it, and painted it. Went ahead and replaced the valve cover gasket, and it needs some work in the engine bay. As you can tell, a lot of the bolts have some surface rust on it. It did come with a K&N cold air intake. This filter is gross. This is where the coolant reservoir broke and my cruise control is not working, so we got to work on that. And it's missing a windshield wiper reservoir. But this is the engine bay. Nothing crazy at all, not yet at least. But as we start to walk around the vehicle, you can see a lot of these. I don't know if they'll show up on camera. There's a lot of these marks right here on the car. Those do not come out. I've clay barred the car and really tried to wipe there. This car was resprayed and repainted. If you look around, you can tell where some of the trim pieces were painted red. Whoever repainted this car did an absolute terrible job at it. So will be resprayed in the future. I plan on doing all the body work myself and taking it to Mako to probably get painted on the cheap. These wheels came with the car. They're not that bad. I actually kind of like them, but I actually would prefer some stock GTS wheels painted black. But pretty much this is the body right now. I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to go ahead and get to work on getting the shifter installed, which requires removing this entire center console piece right here. This video isn't really going to be a tutorial, just more of a I guess a quick installation. So I'll give you guys an update as we progress. I forgot to mention this, but the main reason why I decided to do this shifter setup is because the previous owner actually JB welded the shifter on and the shift boot on. I have a shift boot coming in the mail. It might be here today. USPS is starting to deliver during mornings and evenings because of the whole pandemic, but hopefully I get that boot in. But if not, at least we'll have a much better looking shifter and much better feeling shifter setup. But this JB weld is fucking atrocious. Just a quick update. I went ahead and got this entire console piece out. I've worked on these cars before, so I was able to do it super fast. I never installed the B&M shifter on my car. Like on my old Celica, like I said, it just came with it. But from what I know, this needs to be hammered out right here, and this has to come out right here. But supposedly this is a huge pain in the ass, but hopefully I can get it. After that, I just need to start unclipping the shifter cables from where it actually connects to the shifter, and then take this old unit out and slot the new unit in after I grease it up, which I do have some I do have a tube of white lithium grease. Alrighty guys, so we went ahead and we got that circular piece out right there. As you can tell, this entire part right here got butchered. It doesn't look like I did split this a little bit right here, but we should be able to hammer it back on. Should keep it locked into place. All the pins that hold the shifter cables on are already out. Those are pretty easy to get out. So now all we need to do is slide this assembly out. Can you see if you can pull on that right there? Almost. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I think this gets disconnected first. Yeah, like that. And then this entire thing should be able to come out. There we go. And then this should lift up and the shifter comes out. So this is the old one right here. And we're going to go ahead, throw this shit away and grease up the new one and throw it in. So finally, we got this. We got the old the old shifter out. We managed to save the shift boot because my new one isn't coming in the mail today. I thought it would, but it won't be here in the mail today. This is the old shift knob, and you can see where they just fucking butchered this poor thing. But I'm gonna reuse this for now, and we're gonna go ahead and reinstall the new one. I greased it up with lithium grease, and I'm gonna grease this ball right here, and I'll show you guys whenever it's back in. So guys, we finally have it all back together. Unfortunately, like I said, it doesn't look like my new shift boot will be in today, Monday probably, but shifter feels great. I love this shift knob, I really do. I didn't think I'd like the small one, but looks pretty good. We have it all buttoned up. The little round washer pin type thing did get damaged when we were removing it, so I'm gonna have to order a new one, but it still does shift for now. That will need to be done in the future. But right now, we are replacing the shifter bushings in the engine bay, and that'll make this tighten up a lot better. And then we can go for a test drive and see how she shifts. Just a little update for you guys. We did go ahead and we were able to get those brass bushings in. Luckily did not snap a cable. Ended up pulling the battery tray and the ECU out. The short shifter is looking real nice. I can very noticeably tell a difference here, and then obviously the pivot point was a lot shorter. But we're gonna go for a test drive, and I'll let you guys know if I can land them 1-2 shifts. Alrighty guys, so we went ahead and finished everything up. I got my finishing touches right here, which is the shift pattern, which obviously isn't on the knob, so they include the shift knob actually came with stickers for you to put so people don't fuck up your car whenever you're driving it. But it shifts great. The next mod that I'm actually planning to do to this car is replacing the shift boot whenever that comes in, obviously, and do polyurethane motor mount inserts just so I can get a better 1-2 shift, and it'll really tighten everything up. But that's it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I hope you guys are excited to see that there's a Celica back, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
Alright guys.
Oh, he ain't record, bro.
The next mod we're gonna do, we're gonna put anime stickers right here. Ain't it right, Corey?